Hello y'all, I'm back again for another video. So this is going to be part 2. Can the narcissist fix it, y'all? So tune in to part 1. I always recommend that you watch part 1 always first, because of the simple fact everything I mentioned in part 1 I'm not going to repeat, and the video will just make complete sense if you listen to part 1. So of course, I in part 1 you heard the music and all of that. So, and I apologize for the noise in part 1. I know that I'm not the biggest channel. However, family was going to work, y'all. So I apologize. So everyone's gone at work and at school. So I'm here where I can have some quiet time to do this video. So this is what I'm gonna go over. Okay, so I mentioned the construction worker example, what they look for when they're hiring construction workers. I'm not going to repeat that. So go back to part 1. However, the song by Lattimore, Let's Straighten It Out. So I want to, in the video in part 1, I was beginning the portion of kind of analyzing and being somewhat of a critic as to what some of the words are. So hold on one second while I get to that. Because basically, as I mentioned, this Let's Straighten It Out, these type of old school songs kept people in a lot of misery. Because believe it or not, some woman or man listened to this song and, maybe they kept a family together, but a family shouldn't be miserable. A family shouldn't be subjected to abuse. A family shouldn't be repeatedly gaslit, repeatedly made to feel like they don't know what they're talking about and stuff like that. So I also mentioned, like this narcissistic man that I communicate with to do these videos, as my lab experiment, y'all. I always mess that word up when I start saying that. But I have that under the playlist. So let's go over these words in this song so we can analyze this properly. So I'll just start from the beginning of it. So, okay, so I'll mention this. Okay, everybody's gotta straighten out something sometimes. I don't care how old you are or how young you are. I don't care if you're married, single, divorced, engaged, or shacking. And go back to part 1. I mentioned how I feel about the word gotta do it. You ain't gotta necessarily do nothing. However, because of that, people stayed in some miserable, abusive situations. And but I believe in, you got to straighten things out like your business, y'all. Like your bucket list. And that's something I'm working on right now. My bucket list. Knowing what it is, knowing it's something that I need or got to do before I leave this earth. And just understanding that you got to get these things done, right? But those are things that are going to have complete benefit to myself and my family. And those bucket list things, or what you plan to do now or later, those are only things that are going to make your life better. However, when you feel like you got to do stuff on an emotional level, that's never going to get better, because narcissists, they have the inability to fix it. It goes back to the example I gave in part 1. And go back to part 1 with the construction worker example, and you'll understand why. So let's go to the next part, because wait a minute, hold on. I don't want to play too much of that song this time. It says you got to straighten out something every now and then, But I want you to think about all of the times that you've heard somebody say, let's straighten it out. Okay. Yeah, people say a lot of stuff they ain't gonna do, y'all. Okay, think about it, and I guarantee you that most of the time it was a man who said it. This is what Lattimore is saying in the song, y'all. Now, the reason why I say this is, well, let's face it. No, anybody can say, let's straighten it out. And this is gaslighting right here, or this is his perspective, or whoever wrote the song, if Lattimore wrote the song himself. So let's straighten a man who said it. No. My experience is most of the time the woman is saying let's straighten it out. However, it goes like this. The person that's saying let's straighten it out, they either begging for the relationship because they know they was wrong, or they saying let's straighten it out so they can get the supply back so they can do more abusive shit to you. And either gender can do that, the man or the woman. So I don't think it has to be the man saying it. But I guess he's trying to say that the man is trying to get the woman back. But I think whoever is doing either one of those two things, like I just named, could be the one saying, let's straighten it out. And I'm going to repeat it again. They either in the wrong and they trying to get the person back, or they a manipulator and predator and they trying to get a person back into an abusive situation. Okay, let me see the rest of this. Hold on, y'all, because I'm putting this on pause so I can read these words to you. Yeah, let me see. Most of the time, it's a man who makes it crooked in the first place. Not true. 50-50. Women have destroyed a lot of relationships. And if you want proof of that, watch Paternity Court. Paternity Court will change your life. And it will show you, because at the end of the day, the man doesn't really have the full control to know if that's his baby or not. The woman does. So it will show you repeatedly on Paternity Court that these women don't know who their children's father is. And that's not because all of them are bad. It's just that it shows the disorder in women. Many of them are young. A lot of times they don't do it more than once. You know, you get some women on there, that's the first time this has happened. Sometimes it's their first baby. They was just getting out of one relationship going into the other. So it doesn't mean that they're bad, but it just goes to show you that sometimes it's the woman's issue also. So we got to get out of this mindset that the man is doing everything so wrong, because it's just not true. Okay, let's see what this next part is. Because we want to be in a reality, because now we understand that narcissists can be male or female. Okay, I said what he just said. The man says it. And he's basing this on what he's seen. You know, whoever wrote this song, this is based on their life experience. However, this song was written a long time ago, and we just have more information now. Okay, it says most of the time it's a man who makes it crooked in the first place. Oh, we don't mean no harm. That's just the way we are. This is funny. He said, that's just the way narcissists are, y'all. So all men don't act like this. It says it's just the way we are. So he like puts all men in a category, like categorizing them like that's just the way we are. Nah, that's just the way that kind of man is. Hold on, because it Come on, come on, come on. Let's get this thing going here. Let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. So I just want to make sure I get all the points. Okay, so he says that's just the way we are. Sometimes we do have a tendency to sort of take you for granted, don't we? And this might be somewhat of an empathic man too. Like narcissists, they don't fully recognize that they take us for granted. I mean, they may say the words, "Yeah, I took you for granted," but they're just mimicking that. But they can't fix it, y'all. See, it's no straightening it out. Somebody that's repeatedly taking you for granted, that's a narcissist or that's narcissistic. Like I said, this particular man, my lab experiment, he could be just narcissistic. He's going to continue to take me for granted, especially if I was to delve in and get back into any form of serious relationship, because it's always going to be a cycle. Okay, it's just always going to be like that. They just can't fix it. And so it's just best if you merge out of it. You got to learn how to keep people at a distance too. I use this example in one video. You had sex with somebody or made something too much or got too close to somebody that was only meant to drop off your newspaper when you get elderly or older. That was their purpose. It was never meant for you to be intimate, especially on any sexual level, with people or some people, or some person. So yeah, most of the time it's the man who did. And this is why I would say statistically, what is the statistic? 25% of men are actually physically abused. However, the percent for men to be emotionally abused is much higher. But this mentality that most of the time the man is the crooked one is why so many men were gaslit by their own families. Like, okay, if they're having a marital problem, they must be the problem, y'all. Because it has to be the man. And see, because a man is saying this, people just really believe that it's just the man. Because a man said it. So it must be true, y'all, but it's not. So now, since we understand narcissism, you understand that the narcissist can be the woman or the man. I know some good men that's been messed over, y'all. And I'm talking about men that would never do nothing to no woman. Okay? Nothing bad anyway. Okay, so he mentions always acting like we don't understand some things. But I believe a woman feels things deeper than a man. I don't care what nobody says. I believe a woman loves stronger than a man. Proof that this ain't true. Okay, I'm going to prove this. And see, this is what a lot of narcissists don't want to do. Okay, a woman loves stronger than a man. Go to my playlist and go to the Precious Shania Davis case. And you go through those videos. And y'all, I spend time on my playlist. Okay. And I picked out the best videos. It may seem on the surface all of those videos are saying the same thing, but there's parts in each video that's not in the other video, so you can analyze it better. But it's not true that a woman always loves deeper than a man, because in that case, who loved deep was Shania Davis' father, which was Shania Davis was 5 years old and she was a biracial little girl. She had a black mother and a white father. So if you go to the last few videos on my Shania Davis playlist – and you see that white man crying over his daughter and the brutal thing that happened to her, that's the fault of her mother's trafficking her, selling her off. I don't want to start crying, but that's what happened. And so it's not true that they all love deeper than a man, because in that case, it's obvious. Not only did Shania Davis' father love her deeply, the woman that loved her deeply was not her mother, it was her aunt, which was her father's sister, which is to me who Shania Davis looked like. She looked like her auntie to me because she took on more of the Caucasian features, and stuff like that, or the what you call the typical Caucasian features, the smaller lips and things like that. And smaller lips are beautiful. I'm not saying nothing racist. I'm just saying in general, she has their features. However, there are some European Americans that don't have small lips. I mean, same way with black people. Sometimes black people got small lips and not big lips. It can go both ways, but just watch the videos. You'll see it. You'll be like, huh, she looks like her auntie. She does. And that's who loved her. So if I would say anyone loved strong, it was her aunt, not her mother. So you gotta don't take this stuff out of context, because see, that's why a lot of Shania Davis thought that a woman loved deep, but he found out at the end, no, they don't. And that his sister was right. You shouldn't send Shania back to her mother. Okay. And let's see what else it says. Um, hmm. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to think. And then once it gets to a certain part, I'll play some of it, y'all. Okay, I talked about that part. I love doing these kind of videos because sometimes it ends up being a story time, and I find out, sometimes how valuable my playlist is. Like sometimes when you're creating playlists, I got a lot of playlists, and it's a little time consuming. But when you're able to do a video in reference to your playlist, it's you see how valuable your playlists are, especially in my case. Okay, so he's talking about the man again. Let me see. So this song has stereotyping in it, y'all. And I'll put this song in the description. Okay, let's see. He's still talking about most of the time. Yeah, most of the time narcissists are crooked, yeah. Male or female. Okay, a woman a little stronger than a man, he said that. Okay, let's see what he's gonna say next. I'm reading it here, y'all. I am reading, reading, reading. Hmm. Okay, because you see, sometimes we don't, or we just don't seem to understand. I know because you see, I'm speaking from experience. Because I came home one day. Yeah, so I respect anybody that's speaking from experience. And and sometimes, when you're immature, you don't understand. I mean, we all learn as we go. So I respect the honesty in that because that's his experience. But at some point you understand. So if you keep doing it, that's showing lack of empathy or love for the other person, because You understand the after you did it the first time, you understand the second time. You just do. So if you continue the behavior, okay, and he says, and my woman was just going all around the house, not having very much to say, and I was just kind of puzzled. I didn't know what to do. So he did a bunch of crap to his woman, and she shut down on him. So he's acknowledging that, and he didn't know what to do. Okay. He said, so I looked her straight in the eye and I said, this is what he's saying. He said to his woman, sit yourself down, girl, and talk to me and tell me what's on your mind. Don't keep on telling me everything's okay. Okay, let's use logic here. She has told you what's wrong with her, sir. That's why she stopped talking, because she don't want to repeat it no more. This woman is and has. And if he's telling his life story, say if this is really his life story, that woman was telling him what was wrong. He just wasn't listening. But when she stopped talking is when he considered her thoughts. See, and that's in every situation. And he must have this is narcissistic. He has some level of empathy, but most of the time, people, when you stop talking, this is what they do, y'all. They're gonna blame you, say you cold. Most people, when you stop talking to them, in general, they don't consider what they are doing or what they are saying. Very rarely will somebody actually go back and analyze what they're saying or doing to you. Usually people don't take accountability. Usually people won't really understand the full force of the hurt that they could be causing through conversations, even by asking certain inappropriate things. It's just like the video playlist I'm going to begin with, the gaslighting friend. And see, as I go through those videos, you're going to find that I'm going to show you how not to waste your time, because you're just going to be gaslit more. They're going to tell you you're playing mind games because you're dealing with people that don't naturally connect to you. You might be dealing with somebody that just really don't love you or give a fuck for real. So you got to understand to stop wasting your time, like with the narcissistic man that I'm dealing with, and I'm not dealing with on that level. I explained to you the communication. I do these videos so I can explain to you, even while communicating, why not to go forward with it, because it's not going to work. So I'm explaining to you the steps. So when you stop sleeping with narcissistic people or narcissists or psychopaths or sociopaths, they're always going to do this. Let's straighten it out. They're going to say they can fix it. They're not going to fix anything. It's just not in them to fix it. And the reason they can't fix it is because, for one, they're not going to understand that they're truly in the wrong. They have the inability to do that part. Two, narcissistic people don't really want to give you what you want anyway. Okay. And another reason they're not going to do it, you've already enabled and conditioned them to be fucked up. See, these type of situations, you got to nip this in the bud from the very beginning. If there's any hope with anybody doing right by you, you got to nip it in the bud from the very beginning. Like when I do my videos on the gaslighting friend, I went all the way back to 2012 when she was gaslighting me. So you can't just wake up one day after somebody has done this shit to you and talked this stuff, ran their mouth, said inappropriate things, asked you inappropriate questions, and then figure, oh, well, 12 years later, I'm going to just fix them. They're already used to that and doing this with you. I mean, at the time, going back to 2012, I didn't know about the word gaslighting. I didn't know that if I told somebody, well, I have on a black dress with daisies and flowers in it, which I do. This is what I have on. I didn't know if they said, no, you have on checkers. And they specifically knew that these were not checkers or plaid, that they're gaslighting me. They're playing with your reality. I didn't know what that was. So, but at the same time, you can't fix it because, see, now you didn't gave somebody a reason to feel like they have a right to do it to you. And so sometimes it's just best to not talk, because then, for one, your character can't be assassinated. Two, it's good temperament control, because you don't want to say the wrong thing to somebody that you kind of love and you're not gaslighting. The narcissist or narcissistic person, or even usually empaths, aren't gaslighting. That's not their normal nature. So, and I learned a lot. I looked up gaslighting, and it says in one description, it says that it's normally done by somebody with narcissistic personality disorder. And I didn't want to call my friend a narcissist. I'm just saying the gaslighting friend. But it was kind of interesting how in one description, when I Googled gaslighting meaning, it actually said that the type of person that does that does have NPD. So, yeah, that's just interesting. So I just want to share that. But I'm not going to be doing this playlist like my narcissist friend. I'm not doing it. I'm just noticing the gaslighting. Okay, then he says, because if it was, then you wouldn't be crying. You've been tossing and turning in your sleep lately, baby. Sitting around pouting all day long. Well, yeah, she's pouting because she's with him. Of course, he's not treating her right. So I looked her straight in the eye and I said, and this is what he claimed he did, y'all. Sit yourself down, girl, and talk to me and tell me what's on your mind. Don't keep on telling me everything's okay. So what he's doing now, it sounds like he may be ready to hear what she has to say, because his woman shut down on him. So she done already told him a bunch of times what the hell he doing. So she stopped talking, and silence is power, and it also can make the right person listen. So he's ready to listen to what she got to say now. He's open to it because basically he's losing a supply source. He see this woman is turning on him. So let's see what else was said. Hold on, y'all. Because now I'm curious as to what he said next, y'all. He's sure wearing this gray hair, y'all. I think gray hair looks so pretty on chocolate people. It does. Um, okay, I already read that part, y'all. Okay, now he says, oh, this is narcissistic. He says, now how the hell you expect me to understand when I don't even know what's wrong? I just said she mentioned it to him, y'all. That's just common sense. Let's straighten it out, baby. Let's straighten it out. Honey, let's straighten it out. Let's straighten it out. It's not that he don't know what's wrong. It's just you wasn't listening to it the first 20 times she said something to you, sir. Okay, now he says for the last 5 nights, honey, when we went to bed, oh, I couldn't tell something. He said, oh, I could tell. I apologize. Oh, I could tell something just wasn't right. When you turned your back to me and you covered your head. Well, yes, now she's not giving you the cooch no more. She's not fucking this man because she's just plucking off every feather one by one. She's not having sex with him. And like I mentioned, paternity court, she might get pregnant by somebody else. He might end up raising a baby that's not even his, because if she turning her back, she might got somebody. Okay, that's what you learn from paternity court. But okay, she shut down. She don't want to have sex with you, sir. Talking about for the last 5 nights. So he keeping up with it, honey. He counting every night he ain't got some from her. I guess. But all of this wouldn't have went this bad if he would have just listened and been more in tune to this woman's emotions. Okay, but he's becoming alert because she's removing the supply. He said, oh, you didn't even say good night. Now, if you're tired and you don't want to be bothered, baby, just say the word and I'll leave you alone. Instead of laying there crying your eyes out, baby. Oh, this woman's traumatized. What he doing? Cheating on her or something? So she's crying and depressed and distraught, basically. I mean, this woman has emotional issues that she has because of him. Obviously, I mean, he's not comprehending. Let's see what he says next. She didn't say goodnight. She's doing more than not saying goodnight. She's got her back to you. She's not giving you any. She ain't talking to you. Sir, you need to be much more concerned about she just ain't saying goodnight. But see, that shows that that's something he missed. Like, oh, you never miss something till it's gone. So he missed that sweet good night, y'all. He making me miss it, and I don't even know this woman. Shoot. Okay. She probably was real sweet to him. And he wasn't returning it. So let's see what he got to say next, y'all. Okay. I'm going to turn the song up now. Hold on. Our baby, you and me ought to be getting it on. Oh, no, you and me ought to be getting it on. No, y'all not getting it on because of all the bullshit you did, sir. And if it's a woman, if you a man and it's the woman, it could be the opposite. I mean, men have to get out the situation too. I mean, men shut down too. Some of they ought to be getting it on. No, you got to fix the emotional side, sir. Let's straighten it out. Hey. Baby, let's straighten it out. Hey. I like how I said, honey. I want to straighten it out. I would have made up with him, y'all. Because for one, okay, he got on my favorite color, red. Looked like a leather jacket. I'm hoping this ain't no pleather since he famous and everything. He got this gray hair whipped, y'all. It's pretty too. He might have that natural silky type hair. This might not even be a relaxer, y'all. I could see a little of the black and the gray. He posing good. He ain't beat me up. Yeah, I would have gave him a chance. He looked like he might be a decent height. He seems to be showing a little empathy, y'all. So yeah, I would have considered him, but his mustache too big, y'all. That nope, 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 nope. That would have been a deal breaker. This big ass mustache, nope. Cause he got this now since I look at him, y'all, he got the Hitler mustache. You know how Hitler had that big ass mustache? Nope. And it's hanging over his top lip. Fuck no. I would have called the police on him. He kind of fooled me, y'all. I'm looking at the red leather jacket and the gray silky hair. But nah, I can't do that big ass mustache hanging over his top lip like Hitler. But hey, he might be stressed out too. Because his woman is ignoring the hell out of him. He might not have time to cut this mustache because he might be in emotional pain his damn self. Oh, goodness. I like his pretty brown complexion, though. He got some pretty skin. Okay. No breakouts, no blemishes. His eyes, he look like he got a soul. He don't look like he's somebody that's soulless. Okay. He said, you and me ought to be getting it on, I guess. Hey, let's straighten it out. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All night long, baby. Okay, so he wants some, y'all. This man's horny. Talking about all night long. No, you got to get the emotional part right, sir. Then she'll all night long you. But I wouldn't have all night long them. Like I said, this mustache hanging over his top lip. I like a man where I can see his lips. I like lips. Small or big, they both fine. But I need to be able to see them. So I can't see the lips when this long ass mustache is over these lips. But that shit was cool in photos back in the day. Yeah, but no, no, and look like these his real eyebrows. But this is just a man that can grow hair, y'all. I mean, he actually grows his hair. So yeah, he wanted all night long. So he's horny. And I can respect the fact that he's not out trying to get it from another woman. However, put two and two together. He might have been getting it on with another woman. That's why this woman shut down and is crying her poor self to sleep. So he shouldn't have did that if cheating was an issue. Okay. But it sounds like he at home, he want to get it on all night long. Well, she might not want to get it on all night long after he been getting it on all night long with somebody else or some other women. Okay. So he's gaslighting there. How the hell do you expect me to understand when I don't even know what's wrong? He know what the hell is wrong. He don't want to accept what's wrong. Okay. Just straighten it out. That's all I want to do, baby. Is straighten it out. That's all he want to do is straighten it out. Yeah, this man is definitely, he was immature and he lacked understanding cause and effect. Okay, this is what happened and she emotionally shut down. So ultimately, I want to say this, y'all. This is part 2. Narcissists can't fix it. His song proves this. And the number one reason, or another reason narcissists can't fix it, is because they'll never understand what the problem is. And if you really analyze this song, I'm going to put this song in the description. He never was able to figure out what's wrong with her. She's not insane. She's not crazy. But at the same time, this narcissistic man, these narcissistic lyrics, he can't figure it out. So because he can't figure it out, this woman will just be crying herself to more nervous breakdowns. So I didn't even know that this song was going to kind of prove my point. This part of the video wasn't playing. I just come up, okay, well, I want to do this song. I want to talk, and I will talk and speak. But yeah, this is why you can't fix it with narcissists. It's just best not to. All that's going to happen is there's going to be more problems. That narcissistic man I was with, he has the inability to fix it. And if you still in the mind frame of, you might be sitting on the other side of this video thinking this, because people think shit like this, y'all, male or female. I don't care if I just got 10 views on this video. You might be thinking, well, she missing out on a good man. No, I'm not. Because I understand logic, and I also believe in this. I don't believe in making my life worse than what it is right now. That narcissistic man, even if he came in here and paid every bill I had, my life in the emotional side of life would be on an up and down thing. And he just has the inability to fix it. My narcissistic man, y'all, he's basically like the Walking Dead in a way. He's such a workaholic. I just like to do things, y'all. I'm into things like my videos. I like to take my walks. The simple things in life. This man just doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it. Like, and I just can't be bored on that level with somebody that their fun time is cheating. That narcissistic man, he's always gonna, okay, if I got with that man and I said, you know what, I'm gonna just give him a chance and see what he could do. Let's see how he fix it. If that man got sick in my house and I gave him a chance and we was living together and he got sick and ill on me and I had nurses coming in here to take care of him, he would be trying to fill on the nurses' coochies. I mean, you got some people, y'all, they just hoes. They gonna violate your boundaries. It's just not worth it. And I think if I wait some time, I could do better than that. So what I'm doing is not settling. And I don't care about no alpha male YouTubers. Oh, you're gonna be single for life? Okay, so be it. I'd rather being single for life is not a death sentence, y'all. It's just not. It's not a death sentence at all. And I'd rather be in that situation than miserable. Because being single per se, for me, is not miserable. It's just not. It's not a miserable state for me to be in. What's been miserable, y'all, is the relationships I've been in, okay? And the relationship I'm having with myself and my family is just not miserable. Let's straighten it out, y'all. I'm straightening these videos out. That's right. That's what I'm straightening out. My videos, I got like, over 1,000 videos to do, y'all. That's what I'm doing, along with everything else that's on my bucket list. And I'm in a great form of peace, y'all. So please like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate you for tuning in. And no, narcissists won't fix it. And be careful with somebody gaslighting you and making you believe that they can. Them ain't your friends. Because your friends that's gaslighting you and making you believe that, y'all, they know this one thing, that narcissist don't make you happy. And you need to be around people that's encouraging your happiness, y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all so much. I got my coffee. But you can fix it, though. But you got to get you somebody other than a narcissist to fix it with you. Again, I love y'all so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you. Bye.